All right, all right, all right. Happy Friday, everybody. So market is super sideways today. As you can see here, it's pretty much just going up and down, up and down. Um, we were trading through some of this chop here, which is kind of against my trade rules, but also at the same time with futures, I don't really like sitting on my hands. I We were doing pretty decent through this area here, right in this little range from like here to here. We were doing pretty decent through there. We were positive on the day. We went negative around this spot and this spot here. Um, and in through here, we got a couple of positive trades here, but down 862.50 on the day. That's okay. Yesterday we were up 1300, 1100 in the ES and 200 in the NQ. And we took a short position here. Kind of took a little swing right here. I was looking for a move back down towards VWAP, just didn't get it, and it just kept pushing up and up. So game plan for today. Basically, we're going to kind of scalp our way back. We'll get back to a point to where I think we'll be able to get back positive on the day. I'm not too worried about it. Obviously, it's simulator money on this one, on this account, and that's okay. We did fail our evaluation yesterday. Sorry to say that out loud, but it's the truth. So we failed our eval yesterday, and not too happy about that. Obviously, it took a little long here, looking for a pop up. I honestly think my position is a little too aggressive. I'm going to reduce my position down to at least my trade plan down. So reduce my trade plan slightly. I think I'm going to reduce it to 2 more ticks. Looking for a 4 tick gain here. Maybe I should have taken the 2 tick that I got. I was looking for a 4 tick gain, which I think I would have got it had it been originally set that way. Gonna push this actually at 4. And the reason why I'm going for slightly what I would consider to be a little bit more of a swing today, even through the chop, is because the candles have been supporting it. Essentially, we've been seeing a lot of chop, but the candles have been swinging enough in each direction to be able to support like a 3 to 4 tick attack. Move got rejected 1 tick away. It happens pretty frequently, honestly, in futures. We got quite a few 3 tick pause trades, and hopefully we'll continue to get some pause trades here. We just need 2 more ticks up. There it is. Okay, so we made 100 back on that. So down a little bit on the day, but not too bad. Like I said, I do think that we can come back from this. I'm not too worried about it. Grabbing a long here. How much time we got left in this candle? 5 seconds. We got that one, 4 ticks up. So maybe back $200 since the stream started. Get another 662.50 in order to come back. I might just throw in like a 1 contract thing just because I hate that. It kind of drives me nuts. Honestly, it's so weird. I can't believe we got filled too high for that. All right, we got it. Okay, switching back over to 2 contracts. Switching back over to, I'm going to say 3 ticks. And zooming out a little bit. So we did get a comeback, quite the bounce off of that volume and average price there. Looking really good, actually. Looking pretty strong. I could see maybe a pullback to the 50, the green here. Just trying to get this chart how I want it. I think that's honestly even too much of a pullback. I don't even think we'll pull back that far. We might, but I don't think we will. trying to get in there at like 41.91, and I go for that much. Pretty big swing, actually. Going for 41.92. Okay, we're in at 41.92. Looking for 41.94. Let's say 41.94. So looking for 8 ticks. Currently up 3, 2, 3. Hovering back forth between 2 and 3. Looking for a bit more of a breakout than that. Gonna flat right there. Ended up getting around 100 off of it. Looks like I probably could have kept it, but at the same time, wanted to just make sure that I was being safe, managing my risk. Really important there. And if you guys want to check out what I'm doing, so my whole goal here is to actually earn funding in the futures trading market. I'm utilizing Elite Trader Funding. Elite Trader Funding is super dope. This program here, first off, not only do you have great responsive customer service, which I think is personally one of the things I hold most valuable, but you do get to keep 100% of your first $12,500 in profit once you're funded. The evaluations, one thing I really enjoy about Elite Trader Funding, aside that they're regulated by the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, is that they have a wide variety of products. They have one-step evaluations. These are evaluations where you actually go through, you complete one step, provided that you follow all the rules, don't break the drawdown, and hit the profit target, you're funded. It's pretty easy. Then there's end-of-day drawdowns. These ones are more traditional style that you'll see at a bunch of the other kind of larger funding account programs. Then there's Fast Track. These ones are essentially earn funding in 14 days. Really, really fast. They're inexpensive. So if you know that you're just going to get in there, hit the ground running, and just go, these guys are awesome for that. And then there's the static evaluation that we've been doing, that we've been working on, trying to get funding for $100,000 with a profit target of $2,000, max drawdown 625. So definitely a lot of evaluations to choose from. So these guys are awesome. I would highly recommend checking them out. If you want to earn funding in the futures market, you can use promo code JSBEST, and utilizing promo code JSBEST will give you the best discount. I believe it's 35% right now at the time, but that's a lifetime discount you can actually use to earn your funding. So we're continuing to push up here off of this volume and average price. Huge bull run right here through this whole section. Kind of retraced everything that I lost. And the highs are right here at this yellow line. I don't know if we're going to test the highs, but down here in the TTM, it's looking strong. By the way, I got a video on the TTM. If you want to know more about that, there's an in-depth video that I did that explains this whole process. But it's one of the most reliable indicators that I've been able to find in trading in general. I utilize it for stocks. It's incredibly valuable for stocks. It's pretty good for futures. Not as reliable as stocks, but it's pretty close. Okay, so we are getting a little bit what looks like a pullback. So we got this doji at the top, and that to me usually indicates a move toward the downside. Vice versa, if there was a doji at the bottom, it would be reverse. Not always a guarantee, but I've seen that chart pattern play out quite a few times. Even though we are getting this doji at the top and this pullback, we are also getting a hammer candle. You can see buyers coming in and supporting that. And we also got this crossover here not very long ago. So we just got this crossover here maybe 5 minutes ago, like 6 minutes ago. So we could easily see this continue to run. And the way our indicators or moving averages are set up here, they're in kind of the perfect combination. We've got the 9 above the 12 above the 35, and the 35 above the 26. That's exactly the way you want to see it in order to see upward momentum. Vice versa, if you see downward momentum, you'd want to see the exact same order, just in reverse. So getting a bump here after that pullback. Got filled higher than I wanted to, much higher than I wanted to, actually. Still got the trade down 500 on the day. We've made back $360 since this stream started about 10 minutes ago. So we made $360 back in 10 minutes. Again, this is simulation. So hey, what's up, Tiny? Good to see you. Great to see you here. How are you doing, by the way, Tiny? Are you still doing your evaluation? I know you're doing Weeble on mobile this morning. Weeble's dope. Honestly, they got the best mobile platform. Because I've used Thinkorswim's mobile platform before, and I've used Tradeovate's, and I've used quite a few others, and they're just not nearly as robust as Weeble's. Okay, so sitting down 500, and yesterday we ended up $1,300, $1,100 on the ES and $200 on the NQ. Getting a nice balance off of this pullback. You can even see that flag's kind of like a picture perfect textbook flag. Looking for a long position, but honestly, I have to see it pull back within this candle. We only got 13 seconds left on that candle, so I don't think we're gonna get that. We're gonna cut that. Three seconds left on this candle. All right, new candle. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a little pullback here, at most, maybe to the 9, but I don't think we'll go back that far. We go for a long, right there at. We're near about to get a test of these highs. Going for 8 ticks. Been kind of taking some swings just because I'm seeing momentum in these candles like this. We got a pretty good fill on that one. Gonna flat it right there. Took $25 profit. Yeah, I totally understand. Tiny, one way to try out new evaluations is within your Elite Trader funding account, you can actually have up to 20 evaluations. So you can actually use the promo code for each one of them. So if you happen to select one, you can kind of skip paying the reset, and just sign up for another evaluation. It actually ends up saving money. I ended up doing that when I went with one of the with the static one, because it was less expensive for me to just use the promo code and sign up for another one. So it was like, okay, well, why not? So that was definitely one of the routes that you could also go as well. So it might make sense, might not. So you never know. You just have to like do the math. Okay, so down 475, came back from being down 860. So we're kind of working on this comeback right now. And right now the ES is going up, testing towards the highs. Huge bounce off of this VWAP. Honestly, one of the best VWAP bounces I've seen in a very long time. Very strong. We're continuing to push up. We'll probably set up another evaluation on Monday. My own self, just because I didn't really want to do it at the end of the week, and since we failed yesterday, wanted to just start the week off fresh. So looking for 3 ticks. Got it. Okay, down 400 on the day. So we've made back $462.50 in 13 minutes. Not bad. $462 in 13 minutes. Not bad at all. We kind of, like I said, like maybe half hour ago, we were trying to trade through the chop and ended up going down to like 860 at the worst part of the day. Where are we at here? Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a hack but honestly, like the dudes over Elite Trader Funding told me about it, so they were just like, you know, that's one thing I really like about them. They've just been very transparent. Okay, getting another pullback here. We had this little mini flag with a pop up. This honestly looks like it's going to continue to pop. Gonna try to get in right about there. I think I'm gonna go for just one tick on this. This song's kind of nice. Okay, we got that one tick, down 375 on the day. Kind of getting some turnover here. I wouldn't be surprised if we pull back either like to the 9 or to this level. If we pull back to this level here where this little mini bull flag was, we may have another push downward. And then we've got the highs right here. So let's go ahead and throw this at the highs. Make it a little bit easier to see. Getting that bounce off that didn't even come all the way down to the 9. And we have 20 seconds left in the candle. Getting sort of like a doji at the top here. It's like in between green, red, and doge. Not doge like the coin, but you know. Has anyone gotten a payout from ETF? Some people on YouTube have. I haven't earned my evaluation yet, so can't say there. And I do know that some of the largest names on in futures are using ETF right now. So I can't imagine that they would be talking about ETF as one of the up and comers if you weren't able to receive payouts. Plus, a lot of the guys there, a lot of them were involved in YouTube live trading and other stuff like that at some point in time. So, or I should say, connected to a lot of the YouTubers who do trade futures. So it's that's one thing that kind of, to me, drew towards them. But I've personally been working at it, and so far I've been, not had any problems. But again, I haven't got a payout because I haven't earned past the evaluation yet. So. But they're pretty clear about their payout process. Getting a doji here at the top. I wonder if we'll come up and test these highs again. So I do see a little bit of cooling off on TTM, but nothing to call trendy yet. Switching over to 5 just to check what the chart's looking like here. We've got 1, 2, 3 doji, 4, 5 green 5-minute candles in a row. Also on the TTM on the 5, beginning to switch over to cyan very early on though, so kind of difficult to tell. But what is our high of the day here? 42.01. So we're getting right up next to that. We're only down a few dollars from that high of the day. This bounce off VWAP was so strong. Not seen anything like that in a while. Yeah, Luis. Is it Luis? Luis or Luis? Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a go with them too. I've also failed, I think, 3 evaluations myself, and I'll be giving it another go on Monday. I failed yesterday, so just trying to take a little bit off, away from the emotional side of it. And it was kind of crazy too, the fail, because I mean, yesterday I made $1,300 in the sim, in the same day. I failed the evaluation. And it's just because, like, sometimes you'll get those those candles that just rip down and then come right back up, or vice versa, just rip in the wrong direction for like a second, and that's enough to kick you out of your position. Got to head out early. No worries, Miss or Tiny. I hope you enjoy meeting your friend this morning. Thanks for showing up, by the way, and make sure you like and stuff like that before you head out. But we love and appreciate that you're here, and also too, we've been getting more and more viewers each day, which I'm really thankful for. So at the beginning of this stream, we were down 862.50. Now we're down 375. So we've made back almost $500. Got this pullback here. Don't know what I want to do with it just because it's near these highs. And yeah, we're getting some pullbacks. Like on the short term, this looks a little bit like a head and shoulders, but I don't really know that that's going to actually play out that way. We could just bounce off here off the 9 and then go up and test the highs. So as it stands, I think I'm just going to sit and wait for a minute or two and just see where this ends up going, how this plays out. To me, it looks like it's going to continue to push, but it could be wrong, and that's why I'm because I don't feel as confident about it. That's why I'm not taking that trade. Even though I know this is a sim, I try my best to make sure that I'm simulating exactly how I actually make decisions in a real life trading situation, because when I do the evaluation, I am making the decisions exactly as I do in a real life trading situation. So this is actually looking like it's going to push up to me. I meant to get in. Oh, okay, we got in. So I'm just looking for 3 ticks. Got that 3. Now we're down 300 on the day. So we made back 562.50. I honestly think that we'll end green today. Not too worried about it. We've grinded our way back up. So we've been doing pretty decent. Yeah, I was thinking the same, Luis, trying them with micros and just kind of like grinding up my my margin, if you will, grinding up my my drawdown and just more or less grinding that up. And then once I've got a large enough drawdown, switching back to the majors or the whatever they're called, the minis. So that's honestly what I was thinking as well. Just because I think it might be a more solid way of building up a cushion. Got a nice pump on that one. We actually made 100 on that. My sell order wasn't even set that high. So we made 4 ticks on something that I had set 3 ticks on, but the software is not perfect. So down 200 on the day. We made back 662.50 since the stream started. So in 21 minutes or so, 22 minutes, we've made back $660. I can still see the cooling off here on the TTM though, so I'm inclined to think that this may fall down, but also being this close to the highs, tested these highs 1, 2, 3. Now we're on our 4th try of this high of the day test. I think with this many tests of the high, there is a probability that you may actually break it, just because we've tested it this many times. You can see we tested it here, and we're testing it right now in this area. So I just think that with this many tests of a high, we may actually get a breakthrough. However, taking a look at the TTM, you can see the cooling off on it. So it's still kind of in that zone where it doesn't seem to have a decision or a direction where it wants to go. Clearly, we bounce off the VWAP very strong, and that's it's awesome. I actually tried to take a short off of that bounce to go right back down to VWAP. Didn't get it, and that was one of our bigger L's of the day. Yeah, the minis killed my evaluation. You see, Luis, the first time that I actually did the evaluation, I ended up making $1,300 on the NQ in just 3 days. So I was doing really well on it, and then we just messed up from that point. I honestly think I got cocky, to be real, because I think I was just like, man, this is easy. I've been doing this for 3 days on my very first evaluation, and we're already practically at the profit target. And then I just traded myself down after that. Um, so I honestly think that I probably got in my head, and trading is conditioning. Like when I trade stocks or crypto and stuff like that, like I know exactly where I want to get in. I know exactly where I want to get out, and I know for the most part I can predict on any, like, just about any penny stock which direction it's going to be going, just based completely off the chart and the indicators that I use in my strategy, like about 80% of the time correct. And a lot of the time, when I do take the trades and I end up being wrong, I was partially right. Like, when it comes to the stocks aspect of things, futures has been a little bit different for me. But I've also only been doing futures for 3 months, whereas crypto I've been doing for close to a decade. Stocks I've been doing for a long time. I actually did trade stocks in 2010 or 2011, and I had no idea what I was doing. I was using, that's actually how I ended up with a Thinkorswim account, was because I had this old account from Scott Trade, like from 2010, 2011, that I was trading in. And I was making positive trades, but back at that time there were fees involved, and those fees were basically killing all my profits. I had no idea what I was doing. I basically was just buying things that were moving on the day, and then selling them when they got up higher. I just had no idea what the heck was even happening. I didn't understand shares or float or any of that stuff. I was totally just flying blind, just completely oblivious to all of it. So looks like we're getting a push off of that. So we got to bounce off the 12. And we're getting pushed towards these highs. I think this candle here is really important. So we've essentially tested the highs now once, twice, three, and then this is like the fourth test of these highs. I think this candle and possibly the next one are very important candles. We are getting close to the top of the hour, and we could see a rip or a dump at the top of the hour. But one thing is for certain, that usually right at the top of the hour there is a huge influx of volume. And considering that this is so far toward the upside and near the highs, I'm inclined to think that we may actually break through them. The TTM, however, says otherwise. So, which one's going to be right, me or the TTM? But I am pretty bearish or bullish, on this move. But the more it attempts to break and doesn't, the more I think that we're getting closer to a fall down. So yeah, exactly, man. Honestly, dude, I think trading is it's far more psychological than anything else. Like, I think it's more about, like, can you keep your patience? Like, are you acting with speed? Are you making quick decisions? And if you are sitting down in a trade, are you able to hold yourself in like maintain your maintain your calm, maintain your peace while you're sitting down, and at what point do you acknowledge that your trade idea just didn't work out, your trade plan was wrong, to where you got to cut it? You know what I mean? Some of the times that I've been sort of like reactive in trading, where I'm like essentially going against my trade plan and cutting it too early, or something to that effect, essentially like cutting it down. I think I got filled too high. I think I went a little too aggressive on this trade here. I'm going to try and get out with one tick. All right, we got out with that one tick. So we're up 170 or down 175 on the day. So made back most of our stuff. But yeah, like that's the cue, when you acknowledge that your trade plan didn't go right, or when to acknowledge that instead you say, okay, well, I still believe in my trade plan. I still have confidence that it's going to go the direction that I want it to go, and and we'll see if it does. Okay, so we're getting a test of these highs. I think we're going to actually break through them. Going for going to go for 10 ticks and trying to get filled right here. Looking for a breakthrough these highs. Our high is 4201.15. We're right at 4200. 4200 is very strong resistance. I'm looking for a high of the day break. This is not a strategy that I normally do, but the reason why I'm doing it has everything to do with this. There it is. Had everything to do with how many tests we had of the high of the day, as well as the TTM. So, and we're right here, right near the top of the hour, right at 8 o'clock, right when I said that I think that we would get this jump up, and we did. We're 20 seconds in, and we got that exact move that I spoke about 5 minutes ago. Look at that rip. That's a great looking rip. I'll try and get in here at 4202. Got in. Good entry. That's where I wanted to go. I think 10 ticks, maybe slightly aggressive. Maybe not. Nope, it was good. Okay, up 400 on the day. Started the stream down 862.50. Now up 400 on the day. So pretty kick ass. We've gotten a lot of viewers, a lot more viewers today than normal. So I'm happy about that. I want to thank each and every one of you. Please like, please subscribe, please hit the bell for notifications. I know you're sick of hearing that. I know you've heard that a million places, but the reality of it is that for any creator that's out there putting out that content, it really does actually help the channel grow. And the reason why is because anytime that you engage with that channel, whether it's in the chat or liking or subscribing, especially liking, subscribing, hitting the bell for notifications, that tells YouTube that, hey, this guy's actually doing something, and we want to feature more. So YouTube actually rewards you by bringing more people to your channel. So it really does help. It genuinely does help. Getting a huge breakout here through these highs. We're gonna take another swing. See if we can get the entry that we want, though. I'm going to flat that because I see a pullback, and I don't want to get in on that yet. Probably should have, but my concern is that essentially we're going to rip back down to about like the 9 and then rip back up, and I don't want to be caught in that rip down. Currently sitting at 400 on the day. We were able to, so in a half an hour, we were able to go from negative 862.50 to positive 400. So what that means is that in that half hour, we were able to make a positive return, or a positive gain, I should say, of $1,200, $1,262.50. Now, obviously, because we had already traded our way negative, we only end up being up 400, but it just kind of shows what's actually possible. And I think that's one thing that's really awesome about futures, is just how much possibility there actually is there to earn real profit, especially if you're not in a position to be able to fund all that with stocks. I'm gonna swap this down to 2 ticks and try and take some scalps here near the top. Okay. Ended up getting 3 ticks on that, up 475 on the day. So doing pretty well there. Pretty happy about that. So, yeah, guys. So you guys know what we're working on doing is we're working on earning funding and Elite Trader Funding. Elite Trader Funding is a prop firm for futures traders, and you actually get to keep 100% of your first $12,500 in profit. One of the things I really like about Elite Trader Funding is their quality customer service, very responsive customer service. That is something that I really look for in a company, because that to me tells me that they're there, they're willing to help whatever question that you have. So I've been really happy with that. The other thing that I really like about Elite Trader Funding, I'm just going to call them ETF, is how many options they have for their evaluations. You can go as low as a 10K evaluation, all the way up to 300K. But one thing that I really like about them, though, is the variety that they have in their products. So one of them is the one-step evaluation, which is a little bit different than what you see out there. A lot of companies make you do 2 steps, but ETF allows you to actually do 1 step, where essentially if you go through, follow all the rules, you'll actually be able to earn this funding and not have to do a second evaluation. So I think it's really important. Then there's the traditional style that you draw down. These ones are more what you'll see at a lot of other companies, where you have a daily loss limit and you have to stick within that daily loss limit. The other one they got is the fast tracks. These are like if you're really in a rush and you actually know, that you're going to be able to earn that funding quickly, you can save a little money going with the fast tracks. And the last one is the static, which is what I was working on, which is if you follow all the rules and make $2,000 profit target with a minimum of 10 trading days, you'll actually get funded 100K to be able to trade with. Y'all can use promo code JSBEST to get a lifetime discount on there. All that link is in the description as well. So the link to Elite Trader Funding is in the description, along with all the other links that we talk about here on this channel. And y'all can use promo code JSBEST to get a lifetime discount on your account. Hey, what's up, Papa Chat? Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. Okay, wow, we are continuing to just rip. Look at how many green candles this had in a row. Look at this. If we go back here, like we've had a green candle since 7:58, and we're at 8:06. We have 8 green candles in a row. It's just nuts. And this ripped exactly on the minute that I said that it would too. And look at that volume increase too. We went from like 4,400 to like 13 or 113K. No, 13K. Sorry, visual impairment issues. Yes, you can have visual impairment, still trade stocks, bonds, and futures, and options, and crypto, and all the other stuff you can trade. Getting a pullback here, I think it's necessary, honestly. A pullback to the 9 is about what I'd want to see. I wouldn't want to see it drop much more than that. At the very most, the 12, but the 9 is where I think a lot of traders would be looking for it to bounce. It's a pretty decent sized pullback, and might not be bad to take a quick short right here. Very quick short. There we go. Made another 50 back, or another 50 pause, I should say. Up 525 on the day. Basically turned the entire day around. Was down 862. Now up 525. Got a cool down candle on a TTM, just barely. Might take a short off this level. Got it. Up 575 on the day. So, pretty good day so far. Honestly, I mean, we basically turned the whole entire thing around. We were down 862.50. Now we're up 575. Really looking pretty solid on the day. The ES is going cray. We bounced off of this VWAP. Look how strong that move was, bouncing off that VWAP. I'm going to remove some of these drawings here so we don't need them anymore. Let's get rid of that one. These charts can get pretty cluttery after a while, just because these drawings stay on here forever. Okay, so I was saying a pullback to the 9. We pretty much bounced directly off of that 9. We're getting a bounce up now. This may continue to fall down, but like I said, I think traders are going to want to see this bounce off that 9, and I think that we're going to need to see another test of these highs in order to actually see that continued bearish. Keep saying bearish, continued bullish momentum. Really important. I think also a break over just this last minute candle here would be ideal, just to show traders that there's some conviction here. We didn't get it on that last candle, but we are opening green here on this one. 10 seconds in. I stay pretty zoomed in a lot of the time, by the way. When it comes to futures, I don't trade this way with stocks, just because like with stocks, I typically need to see a little bit more movement within this. But because futures that we're scalping, this is usually something that I do. I think that this candle may go green. 10 seconds. Currently still sitting at a doji the last 10 seconds. A doji at the bottom of a move usually means that we might get a move to the upside. Not guaranteed, but that's typically what I've seen in my experience. Just waiting on it, waiting for something obvious to play out. What I don't like is that this high candle here, so the one that made this high is a red candle. That to me, would kind of sometimes indicate a move back down. But man, look at that bounce off of the view app, dude. That's such a solid bounce. Didn't even pull back, didn't even come back and test the view app twice. It was just like boom, nope, we're gonna run. And we had 1, 2, 3, and then 4 moves. Also too, if you guys have actually ever heard me talk about some of my strategies and some of the ways that I perceive a lot of things, I typically don't take a long after we've had 4 moves up, because once we've had 4 moves up or so, we start to see extension. And I think that, actually looking at this, now that I say that out loud, we actually seem like we might be kind of extended off of that view app. View app is right around 4180, and we're sitting at 4207, so we may need to pull back to about 4200 and run from there. But we'll see, because that 4200 level, that would be what the previous high of the day was. Going for a quick short here. Should have done it earlier when I first had the intuition to do it, but that's okay. Up 625 on the day. We are getting that fall over here. So now next level is this 4205. If we can hold 4205, we may look at going long. But this 4205, if we break down below it, then I think that we'll see a pullback, potentially all the way down to the 50 EMA. If not, a bounce off 35. Going short here. Got it. Up 675 on the day. Right now, tapping the 26. Move this chart a little bit that way. There we go. Going short here. Wanted to get in 1 tick higher, but that's okay. Got that one up 725 on the day. Wow, completely reverse it. I mean, we were down 860, now we're up 725. I definitely think that I have the capability of passing this evaluation, but the reality of it is that I honestly think that I may need to be taking one of the other ones that has a large drawdown, because part of the way that I trade, I tend to take some sort of swings. I trade with higher risk. And I think that's something that I know about myself. I've always been a bit of a risk taker. I've been an entrepreneur for since 2008. I started my business, my very first business, right before the market crash, literally the month of the market crash in 2008. And we were able to turn that into a very profitable business back at that time. So, and that's kind of always been the way that I am. Been an entrepreneur for over a decade, and that's definitely high risk, high reward, but fulfilling work. And that's kind of the same thrill that I get with trading. I sort of get that high risk, high reward, and that focus of just being the best that I possibly can be, the most patient, the most diligent, the most disciplined, all those things. All those things matter a lot to me, because when I look in the mirror, I recognize that when it comes to trading, I am my only opponent. And I don't want to see myself as my only opponent. So I want to see myself as my only ally. Not even that, but just my ally. And you know, the things that are going to be going against me is going to be my own psychology a lot of the time, and my ability whether or not to interpret the move. I think that all those factors are incredibly important in terms of making a solid trader. Intelligence, patience, speed. Not to quote Quail Man from Doug, but I mean he was right. Quail Man was training us all along to be solid traders. Patience, intelligence, speed. Anybody watch Doug? A little bit of Nicktoons action. Oh man, I think I need to make a video about that. Another thing I might end up making a video about as well is just how to take advantage of these moves. Where on the ES we can still make $50, very very quickly. Gonna push back up. I honestly think this is the most beginner friendly trading strategy that I've ever found. I went long because we started seeing this reverse, and my intuition honestly said to go short, so I may end up flattening this. My intuition was the right one. Flattening out. Loss of 75, up 650 on the day. Honestly, waiting for a push to the downside. Short here. Made back exactly what we just lost. So right back at 725. So pretty inconsequential at that time, at that moment. So yeah, anytime that you see where it has this like high of the day break, which was this red line here, so it broke this high of the day. Anytime you see that, and then you see a red candle on the high, to me, like that always communicates be skittish, because to me, like what that shows is that there's less conviction in that high of the day, and so we may see the chart begin to fall down from there. So that's a good time to start looking at shorts. And when you're first seeing that high of the day break, that's a good time to look at scalping on bullish momentum. So I was saying a pullback to the 50. If you remember when we were talking about at this candle here, about 807, I was mentioning a pullback to the 50. Here we are about 10 minutes later, and we just tapped right around that 50. 4,200 was the level that I said that we would need to bounce off of, and we'll see if we actually get that. If we get a breakdown below 4,200, I think that we'll see more bearish momentum and possibly a move down to the volume weighted average price. Could be wrong, obviously, but that's just kind of what I am guessing based off of the chart pattern, based off the indicators. And looking at the indicators, we can see that the 12 crossed over the 9, indicating more bearish movement. The 9 and the 12, how these two talk to each other, if the 9 is above the 12, typically going to go upward. If the 12 is above the 9, we're typically going to go downward. And I've seen that pretty much everywhere I've looked every single time. And that makes sense, obviously, because the 9 moving average, 12 moving average, both exponentials. Those two communicating in that way, they're like, it makes it really obvious to know which direction it's going to go. It's not always correct, especially on like very cheap penny stocks. But that's why we have multiple indicators here. It allows us to have multiple strategies. So if you actually look here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7. So we've got 7 moving averages. Okay, one of them is the volume weighted average price, not really a moving average, but pretty much the same thing. We've got the 200 simple, we've got the 50 EMA, we've got the 26 simple, the 35 EMA, the 12 EMA, the 9 EMA, and all of these communicate different things in order to utilize this entire strategy as a whole. Number one, the 9 and the 12, to me, those communicate direction. they communicate which direction that momentum is going to go. The 26 here, this communicates the beginning of the momentum move. So when the 26 crosses over the 12, which is the cyan line here, and 26 is the white line. When these two cross over, like just like that, that indicates typically the direction that we're going to see. It's not 100%. As with nothing, there is no such thing as a magic indicator that is 100% accurate, but it does give us strong data that we can act on. So already right here, this is telling us that we may see momentum move to the downside. This is telling us that we're seeing downside movement. And then the 35 here, this one, as you can see, that's happening right now, often acts as support when we're moving to the downside. Additionally, if this 35 is above the white line, the 26, that's usually going to show us longer term momentum. And we can see that right down here. Zoom out a little bit. We can see that right here when the ES had this huge run up. You can see that the 35 was above the 26. And once it started to cross over right there, that's when we started to consolidate. Right as that 35, right as that 26 crossed above that 35, that's where that consolidation began to happen. So each one of these indicators communicates a different thing, and that's why I have so many on here. It's not because each indicator is telling me what to do. It's because each indicator is giving me a useful piece of data and information that allows me to come to an overarching conclusion over which direction we're going to go and for how long we're going to go that direction. So I may make a video breaking all of this stuff down, because the reality of it is it's a little complicated, and it adds up to being about 3 or 4 different strategies all happening at once, and all of them communicating essentially different data points to draw from in order to draw those conclusions. If y'all get value out of this stream, please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. All that stuff helps this channel grow. Also, too, check out the links in the description. We've got our email mailing list there. You can join. We've got a PayPal donation button if you want to support the channel directly. We've also got Webull if you're into trading stocks, crypto, and options. I trade Webull every single day. I traded it today. It's one of the best trading softwares out there. And also, just when you sign up through my link, you'll get 6 stocks for free. So really awesome stuff there. So immediately you'll be green once you sign up for Webull and fund your account. And lastly, there is Elite Trader Funding if you're trying to earn trading in the futures market. Trying to earn funding in the futures trading market. There you go. Got it. Nailed it. And y'all can use promo code JSBEST, and you'll get 35%, I believe is the current discount. It goes based on whatever the biggest discount is at the time. And that's a lifetime discount on that monthly plan. So if y'all want to earn funding in the futures market, that's a really, really awesome way to do it. I haven't taken any trades in the last 5-6 minutes or so, just because we were waiting for this momentum to kind of figure out which direction it's going to go. If we back off here a little bit, we can see I was mentioning that it may pull back down to the 50, which we did. Bounced just above the 50. And taking a look at this, we came up, hit these highs, kind of overarched into this sort of like, arc pattern. It's almost looking like we're forming an ABCD pattern. So we may come back down, test this 50 again, and then bounce off that. Or we may come down, test this 50 again, and then drop down. Those are the 2 things that I see could potentially happen. Could also just rip from here. But I don't think that we would see a big drop here. If we do see a drop, I think it'll be down to the 50. It looks like it's honestly going towards the rip, but we are getting a possible crossover as we see there. And the TTM is beginning to flip, currently yellow. But because of how well this bounced, just like how it bounced off the volume and average price, this is honestly looking pretty similarly strong. Volume-wise, dropped off a little bit, but not that bad. Gonna take a quick long look for a scalp here. Going for 1 tick now. I was going for 2, but got the 1 tick, up 750 on the day. We would have got that too if we would have held it, but that's okay. Went with the 1 tick just because it was fluctuating on that doji. And you can see it's like right now it's a doji. It's been green, it's been red. It doesn't know which way it wants to go. So yeah, guys, still got a couple of viewers here. For anybody who's still watching, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Also, check out all the links in the description. We're going to go ahead and shut it down here. I've been up since 4 a.m., and I might go get some food and take a nap. All right, guys. Currently, we are up $750 on the day. Came back all the way from being negative $862.50 when we started this stream. Like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Share with your friends. I'm going to make some videos probably on this trading strategy, how beginner friendly it actually is, and also probably make some videos on how I use my indicators and how each one of these indicators talk to each other. So if y'all are interested in that, make sure you subscribe because I should be dropping that soon. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Genuinely do. And yeah, thank you so much for supporting the channel. We will see you here on Monday, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time. And if you're not already on the mailing list, make sure to join because we'll send out the direct link right there so you don't have to go look for us. All right, guys. Thanks again, and peace out for now.